keeping Delmarva clean while conserving this place we call home.
Today's show takes us to Ocean City, where from the beach to the bay and every place in between, the resort town is going green. And you can be a big part of this project.
I just can't look at my kids and say, I didn't do everything I could for you while I was here on this planet to leave you with a planet to have.
We'll hear how to adopt your beach and your street. Easy ways to clean up and conserve Ocean City's coast. Ocean City officials say cigarette butts are consistently the #1 piece of trash collected during cleanups. Now, there's a new effort, and the message is clear. The butt stops here.
And the most exciting part of this component is that the town of Ocean City will be recycling these butts.
One person's trash is another person's electricity? Yeah, that's happening in Ocean City. You're going to hear how they're turning waste into watts. And of course, no green initiative would be complete without solar panels. We're going to stop by Ocean City's new solar farm, which is not only helping the town go green, but save some green too. An in-depth look at Ocean City's efforts to go green. Here we go. So maybe there's a couple of questions that are going through your head right now. One, why go green? And two, will my itty-bitty steps really make a difference?
Well, we hope to answer those questions for you in today's show. But first, we want to throw a few numbers your way that can help you understand why efforts to reduce our carbon footprint are so important. Studies show every day in this country, the trash we produce is equal to the weight of the Empire State Building.
You probably already know that plastic water bottles are a huge problem. As a matter of fact, the numbers show that we trash 2.5 million bottles every hour.
And styrofoam, we produce enough cups in 1 year to circle the earth 436 times. Those numbers are eye-opening. That's why we're looking forward to showing you how Ocean City is doing its part to protect Delmarva and the rest of the world.
Now, we're going to get to all that, but first, how about we take a real quick look at what else is going on in our community. Today's Lucky Penny Day. Did you know that? See a penny, pick it up all day long, you got good luck. I just figured I was lucky if I found a penny. Anyway, that's the saying as it goes. The first U.S. pennies minted more than 200 years ago from copper. Lately, they're made mostly of zinc. Here's something interesting, though. It costs 1.4 cents to make each 1 cent coin.
Which makes me wonder if these pennies are going to be obsolete someday.
I mean, we've been trying to get rid of them for the longest time now, right?
Yeah, you have been.
Well,
He puts them on top of the vending machine.
I hate carrying
in the
around
break
pennies.
room.
And people keep getting $5 and $6 of pennies off the top of the machine, so I don't know.
Well, if you get a $100 bill and it has the words play money or Chinese writing on it, guess what? It's not real. Ocean City police are sending out warnings about the counterfeit currency after 2 reports of phony bills being circulated. Police are encouraging everyone to closely examine money being exchanged. So if you're a business owner and somebody wants you to break 100, look at it closely.
Yeah, don't just stick it in the register. Now, while we're talking about bills, it looks like we will not see Maryland native Harriet Tubman on the 20 anytime soon. Originally, they were supposed to be done by the year 2020 because it was the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment that allowed women to vote. Yesterday, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said the bills featuring the abolitionist hero are not going to be ready in time for a 2020 release.
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere that we may get new 10s and 5s before we see the 20s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Are you the kind of person who likes to back into a parking place?
Always. I never pull in nose first.
Really?
I can't see when I'm backing out.
Okay.
So I always back in. Always.
So you need to stay
Never.
out of Rehoboth Beach.
Really?
Yeah, because as of tomorrow, it is no longer legal to back into a parking place. They're going to start using license plate recognition technology, and city workers need to see your license plate. In other words, in order to give you a ticket, they need to get an accurate tag read. For the 2019 season, it appears you'll only get a warning. After that, it's a $50 fine.
See, I got a problem with that. I really, because I can't, I may rather pay the fine than run over somebody. Or just I'm going to roll with the beach. It's up to
I
you. Good news, Chincoteague made the top 3 coastal small towns in the United States. According to USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Travel Awards, a panel of 5 travel experts picked the initial 20 nominees, and the top 10 winners determined by popular vote. Each town nominated has a population fewer than 25,000, according to the contest website, and Chincoteague's population runs around 2,900. So we've done good.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, our small town series, eventually we're going to visit Chincoteague, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, so what do you do if you catch a big fish but don't recognize it? Check to see if you set a record. That's what Brian Gay of Millsboro did when he caught this. This is a white hake that weighs in a little over 16 pounds. It turns out this fish is rare off the waters of Ocean City, and now the Maryland Department of Natural Resources says Brian has the record. A Maryland Department of Natural Resources biologist had to count the scales on the fish before they could correctly identify it.
Count the scales.
I'm sure it had a lot of scales.
17, 18, 19, 20. Wouldn't want to be the one.
Nope.
Monday, of course, is Memorial Day, and there are events happening all over Delmarva. One of them is the dedication ceremony of the now repaired and upgraded 1955 War Memorial on North Salisbury Boulevard in Salisbury. It's just down the street from the studios here. It was erected to honor fallen veterans from Wicomico County who served in World War I, World War II, the Korean War. The memorial had fallen into disrepair, was recently renovated, and the improvements include the fountain sprinkler system repairs as well as the new flagpoles. Now, the dedication ceremony is at 2 o'clock Monday afternoon. Whatever you do, please make sure that you take your children either to this particular Memorial Day celebration. I hesitate to use the word celebration, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Or at least one near you so they understand.
Yeah,
teach your kids.
Not just about the picnics.
It's not.
Well, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan and Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan are getting ready to reignite a summer tradition, the ceremonial kickoff to the summer. It was an event that formally took place annually more than 7 decades ago. In 1946, Governor Harry O'Connor joined Mayor Daniel Trimper Jr. to start the summer season by placing an umbrella in the sand. Governor Hogan and Mayor Meehan will reestablish that tradition tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at Somerset Street and the beach.
All right, that's awesome.
Have girls in bathing suits on either side of them.
Just exactly like that.
All right, well, let's get back to Going Green and how you can help conserve our beautiful home.
You can start with the beach. Nobody wants a coast that's peppered with trash and debris. Have you ever thought about adopting yours? Well, that's one way to ensure that it stays in tip-top shape, so we're going to tell you how next.
Speaking of trash, for many smokers, it's so easy to toss a cigarette butt out the window or on the ground when finished with it. We're going to explain how the town of Ocean City has come up with a way to make the message clear. The butt stops here.
Going solar to save, we visit Ocean City's new solar farm to hear how it's expected to save the town tens of thousands of dollars and how those savings can be transferred to taxpayers.
Going green to make an environmental difference is truly a team effort. That's why many businesses are getting on board, and they're getting creative while they're at it. Sugar cane, cornstarch, they're both being used in ways you may have never imagined. And that's just a tiny part of what you can expect in today's show.
So sit back in your beach chair, put your feet up, get comfy. Delmarva Life's just getting started. And we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. The law offices of Tunnel and Razor, Spicer Brothers Construction, Gateway Subaru, and A&A Companies.
You're looking at the inlet in Ocean City. It sure does look beautiful, but imagine if nobody cared about keeping our beaches beautiful. I imagine that day on the beach would turn disgusting.
Yeah, that's where Adopt Your Beach and Dune Patrol come into play. Without them, you'd probably find more scum than sand. So we sent WWOC's Heidi Warosta to Ocean City to see how, with the help of these groups, the beaches are kept clean and clutter-free. Oh, and how you can help.
When you go to the beach, you imagine clean water and clean sand, right? Your answer is probably yes. Having a clean beach is the goal for one group of people in Ocean City. Adopt Your Beach.
Well, it's a program we started in 2016, getting people together to clean the beaches.
At a team meeting, they just knew something had to be done to keep the beach clean.
We had a discussion about different problems with like styrofoam or plastic, and we didn't really have firm data or numbers or baselines.
The data refers to how much trash is on the beach and what kind of trash and where the problem areas are. When Adopt Your Beach collects trash, it is counted and put into a database.
There's a form that's an internationally used form that breaks it down by styrofoam, plastic pieces, if it's cutlery, it's whatever it may be, if it's glass, it's metal. So it's a very precise form that's used internationally. So we can take our data and upload it and give it to the city. We provide it to the state, and then we can upload it on International Ocean Conservatory, so it becomes part of international data too.
Many people already keep the beaches clean on their own, but this program brings the town into the effort.
I mean, it's their home and they love it and they're protective of it. So we just kind of brought them all in together, and the different entities in Ocean City.
A group effort that is good for the environment.
Well, we're getting all the trash off the beaches, out of the water, and away from the animals that might consume it. So it's a win-win for all of us. It's also kids aren't on the beach and digging in the sand and digging up things or sharp objects.
Another similar program is the Dune Patrol. Dune Patrol was created back in the 1990s when the beach replenishment project was ongoing and the state built the dunes. But the dunes can't be maintained by the state all the time. So they established the Dune Patrol. It takes in volunteers to maintain those dunes.
To adopt certain sections of the dune that they just built, just to kind of be the stewards of it and keep an eye on it and be the eyes and the front line.
You get your own section of a dune, and your job is to keep the trash and debris off. Blazer says so far there are about 100 people signed up from 33rd Street to 146th in Ocean City.
It's like a volunteer at their leisure whenever they feel they're here. Some people are here year-round, some people are here seasonally, maybe only a couple times a year, but they're all welcome to join the Dune Patrol.
To participate, all you have to do is sign up, call City Hall, and ask for Gail Blazer. And when you do, you'll get information on that dune, like how it was created. The Adopt Your Beach program just requires a personal commitment.
Adopt Your Beach is you make a pledge to do at least 4 cleanups a year. But anybody who's here for a day, and we have some people who, when they come down for vacation, they'll pick up litter and then they submit the information to us.
She says some people go above and beyond.
A lot of people who are part of the Dune Patrol or Adopt Your Beach, they just love their home and the beach so much that they kind of expand it and take it a little further, that when they pick up the driftwood or they plant things at the end of the street, that's just their ownership of their beach.
At the end of the day, it is all about having clean oceans and beaches for everyone to enjoy.
And Effie also says the more people they have help, it gives them a better idea of where the problem areas are.
Very good idea. And Jimmy, there's also an Adopt Your Street program. It is a collaboration between Maryland Coastal Bays and the Ocean City Surf Club. It's generally the same idea, but the program focuses on bayside streets to prevent trash from ending up in our waterways. And we're going to have more information on all these programs on our website, delmarvalife.com. So if you watch the show, anytime we talk about smokers and cigarettes, there's something Jimmy always likes to say to our viewers who may be a smoker.
If you're driving, keep your butt in the car.
Or keep it inside a receptacle. And that's pretty much the message Ocean City is trying to spread as it continues its efforts to go green and limit littering. 102.5 WBOC's Corey Fivas stopped by the resort town where they're making it very clear the butt stops here.
Ocean City is a top beach resort area not only for the people of Delmarva, but for people all over the country. The fun rides, the food, the boardwalk, and of course, the beautiful, clean beaches.
The beauty and the cleanliness of the beach are some of the driving reasons why, people talk about. And as you think about, we clean the beach every single day, every day. And it costs in excess of $1 million to clean that beach every day.
Tony DeLuca, an Ocean City Council member, is passionate when it comes to keeping Ocean City clean and inviting. However, there has been one force that has become overwhelmingly difficult to control and needs immediate action to ensure the longevity of our coast.
You see it in the water, it's disgusting. Kids are on the beach building sandcastles and they dig in, pull out 3 or 4 cigarette butts. It's just every block of Ocean City is adopted by residents, businesses, and they clean the beach. the #1 thing they pick up by far is cigarette butts.
Luckily, there's a new initiative that will help keep Ocean City beaches and side streets clean and will not cost taxpayers a dime. Introducing the Butt Hut.
The new butt huts. I was hoping you'd ask that question. The new butt huts is, we thought if we give them a place to smoke, that potentially they'll start using it. So we said, let's go west of the boardwalk, 14 feet, and let's include it in with our new security barriers that we're putting up. And we'll make it part of that. So 14 feet from the boardwalk, we're putting up new butt huts that gives people a place to smoke. This one's going to be paid for by the health department. Worcester County Health Department's paying for it, so it's not costing the taxpayer anything.
One cigarette butt can contaminate up to 7.5 liters of water, and with the staggering numbers of cigarette butts found, Ocean City businesses are excited to get involved too.
Through the Ocean City Green Team and the Maryland Coastal Bays program, we've come up with a cigarette receptacle program to offer to businesses to encourage people to dispose of their cigarette butts properly. And the most exciting part of this component is that the town of Ocean City will be recycling these butts, or there's an opportunity for the businesses to recycle them as well.
Needless to say, getting involved is great for Ocean City and its amenities, and it's as easy as signing a pledge.
So if you sign a pledge with us, with the Maryland Coastal Bays program and the Ocean City Green Team, you can get it off our website and send it to us, or we can provide it to you. We're going to provide you with this and signage. And the signage basically encourages your visitors or your patrons to dispose your butts wherever you put your receptacle, because they're going to be recycled.
Keeping Ocean City clean and cigarette butt free is something in which we should all take part. Use the receptacles, do your part in picking up the butts that you may see so that our children and our children's children can continue to make long-lasting memories in beautiful Ocean City just as we have.
And if you own a business in Ocean City and you're interested in getting one of those receptacles, go to our website, delmarvalife.com, to find out how.
If you're just joining us this afternoon, today's show is all about Ocean City and its efforts to protect the environment with several green initiatives. Now we're talking trash. After all, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Well, that may just be the case in Ocean City. Well, kinda. The town is taking all of the trash that it produces and turning it into renewable energy. And as we hear from WBOC's Heidi Warosta, this Waste to Watts program is working.
300,000 people come to Ocean City in the summer months, and the whole island is just 4.4 square miles. That's a densely populated area with over 68,000 people per square mile, and that means a lot of trash. Hal Adkins says that most municipalities only recycle about 20 to 25%, and the rest of it goes in landfills. Ocean City recycles way more. Ocean City stopped taking any products to the landfill.
Back in the year 2010, so it's going on almost 10 years now that we've done landfill avoidance.
Instead, they turn waste into energy.
Our entire solid waste stream is collected by the town of Ocean City municipal government with our fleet of trucks, is brought to 65th Street, central to the island, to a processing center. It is then loaded into tractor trailers and taken to a company in Chester, Pennsylvania, and that is used to create electricity.
And so far, it's made a big difference for the town. Adkins says this change in recycling is for the better, and it's cheaper than putting everything in a landfill.
We are now able to take our entire solid waste stream, which by the way is about 33,000 tons of material per year, that will not go in a landfill, and are redirected as a renewable as in we create it every day, biomass to fuel these generators and create electricity.
You've probably heard the old-time phrase, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
I think we need to rethink what we have done for years.
And Adkins says that the Waste to Watts program added a few more R's to that phrase, rethink, re-engineer, and recovery into a form of energy.
We have to re-engineer what we're doing. Right now, we are reacting to what we have done by trying to recycle some of the products. We as the town of Ocean City made a very bold move, in my personal opinion, when we contracted to go to an energy facility. We rethought what we were doing. We re-engineered our collection and processing of municipal solid waste.
Adkins says Ocean City is the only town on the entire eastern shore that turns waste into energy, making the town of Ocean City very proud. He adds that when the trash is incinerated or burned, it doesn't harm the environment because of heavy regulations.
The program that we're currently doing made it all the way to the state level in Annapolis through legislation, and there were laws passed to support the town of Ocean City having an energy from waste program in lieu of, as I said a moment ago, a traditional recycling program. So, I mean, we caught the attention at the state level and they were willing to support us, and the law was passed accordingly.
Ocean City is surrounded by water, and Adkins says keeping the area clean is a high priority.
Whether it's the Atlantic Ocean or the Maryland coastal bays, and I put a high level of importance on maintaining the cleanliness of those waterways.
So for the next time you're wondering where your trash is going, it does not go into a landfill for the town of Ocean City. It gets repurposed to create electricity.
Now, Hal does add that you can still take your waste to the Worcester County landfill if you want to.
The sun sure does set the scene for some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. These jaw-dropping shots were taken in Ocean City. But these days, the sun is pulling double duty.
And it's all thanks to the power of the solar panel. As a matter of fact, you probably remember WBOC recently broke ground on our own solar panel farm. That project should be wrapping up in the coming weeks. But Ocean City's 10-megawatt solar farm is now complete.
Yeah, it's at the Route 50 and 90 interchange, and it's expected to save the town and taxpayers a ton of money.
The hot summer sun will be drawing thousands to Ocean City this summer. And according to Mayor Rick Meehan, it will also supply the city's power in an environmentally friendly way.
Personally, I think any time Ocean City can do whatever we can do to protect our environment, our environment is essential to the success of Ocean City, not just now, but for future generations. So being able to enter into a project like this, I think it really helps us along that path that we're trying to get to, and that is to be as clean and green as we possibly can at Ocean City.
Located at the Route 50 and 90 interchange in Worcester County, this solar field catches the sun that will keep the city's lights on.
The project powers about 25% of our city energy needs, or our town government needs. That's about 5.5 million kilowatt hours per year, which is the equivalent of powering almost 630 houses every year. So it's about 25% of our energy needs for the town. It's going to power things like City Hall, our public safety building, a couple of our water plants, our rec center, and a portion of the convention center.
Remaining environmentally conscious is a step in a positive direction for Ocean City, but what does that mean for the taxpayers?
Not only does it help us with our Green Clean initiative, but it also has a revenue source to it as well. And it's going to save our taxpayers about $140,000 a year in electricity savings. So it's a project that not only is good for our environment, but also good for our taxpayers.
According to Terry McGeehan, the town of Ocean City will have even more solar power coming in the near future.
The combination of this project plus a new supply contract that we just entered into with another firm that's going to contribute an additional 35% green energy. The town's now going to be, after July, 51% of our power is going to be clean energy. And to put that in perspective, the state of Maryland just recently passed a bill where their goal is to obtain 50% power from 50% clean sources by 2030. So in July, we're going to be over 10 years ahead of schedule, ahead of our time. So we're very proud of that.
There's plenty of forward momentum in the Going Green initiative, and Ocean City doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
Well, I think you're going to see us continue with the Green Initiative, and I think we're going to take advantage of opportunities such as this solar farm as they present themselves, and I think that's a good thing for us to do as a community. Our community supports that, and we're going to continue to move in that direction.
Solar panels that save the town and the taxpayers money. I think that's what you call a win-win.
Win-win, there you go. A look at Ocean City from Chopper 16. In between the beach and the bay, there are hundreds of businesses that can also play a role in protecting the environment. Just a few small steps, yes, can make a huge difference.
Yeah, in fact, the town of Ocean City encourages business owners to get on board with their green initiative. 1025 WBOC's Corey Phoebus stopped by Mother's Cantina on Philadelphia Avenue to learn more.
We all know that Ocean City has been a hot destination for tourists, but also for locals right here on Delmarva, and it's been that way for years. Now, over the years, of course, we've tried our best to make the beaches environmentally friendly, but we feel that there are more steps that can be taken. Here to shed some light on that is also a friend of Delmarva Life, Jessica Waters. Jessica, how are you?
Great, how are you? Thanks for having me.
So you have kind of like the roadmap that we can take to make Ocean City a more environmentally friendly place.
Yeah, I think so. You know, we know that protecting our environment takes a lot of effort. It also takes a lot of education. But what the town of Ocean City is doing with our partners on the green team is to try to encourage business owners to take baby steps to protect our environment. In Ocean City, you know, our environment is our biggest asset, so it's a huge responsibility to make sure we keep it clean and to protect it for the generations to come. So our source reduction program, which we've named Protect Our Sand and Seas, encourages businesses to take baby steps into source reduction, which is eliminating straws, eliminating styrofoam, eliminating plastics, little things that you can do that go a long way in protecting our environment.
And I understand that Ryan of Mother's Cantina is kind of the poster child for this movement.
That's true. Ryan and Neely at Mother's Cantina are really doing everything that they can. They're an ocean-friendly restaurant, which is a Surfrider Foundation program that takes actually huge steps to protect the environment. So what we like to think of our source reduction program at the town of Ocean City and the green team level is baby steps to hopefully becoming an ocean-friendly restaurant. And I think that what we'll see over time, or what we hope to see over time, is that those baby steps that the businesses take will add up to a huge difference in the long run.
Now, let's say that the people of Ocean City or people who visit Ocean City would like to support the restaurants and businesses that are going green. Is there a way that we can find a list of these restaurants?
There is a way, actually. If you take our pledge, which is our Protect Our Sand and Sea pledge, the name of the business is going to be listed on our website. So if you're coming to Ocean City, or if you're local and you're looking to go to a business that actually takes environmental steps, then that will all be listed on our website, and we certainly encourage that.
And if businesses in Ocean City would like to get involved, who do they contact?
If you want to get involved in our source reduction program, then it's very easy. All you have to do is go to our website at oceancitymd.gov and sign a pledge. The pledge allows you to pick what level of involvement you want. So you can start off maybe this year with just eliminating straws from your business, or maybe next year go into styrofoam. It allows the business to choose just the type of difference that they want to make, but I think that those little differences will add up to a lot in the long run.
Okay, well, Jessica, thank you so much for taking time to talk with me.
Thank you for having me.
And folks, what's really cool is when we come back, we're going to figure out how you can go from sugar to this. Don't go away. Delmarva Life will be right back. Before the break, we sat down with Jessica Waters to find out how business owners in Ocean City can take that next step to be environmentally friendly. We are sitting down with the man, the myth, the legend himself. This is Ryan James. We are sitting in Mother's Taco Shop, right next door to Mother's Cantina, if you're unfamiliar. Ryan, how are you, man?
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
I really appreciate it.
Sure. So, all right, Jessica, before we took a short break, spoke your praises. She thinks extremely highly of you, and it's because of the things that you're doing right here in Ocean City. What is it that you're doing?
Well, we feel that environmentalism in Ocean City is of grave concern currently. We have some products that we're using that are going to help the planet while not hurting people's pocketbook. And we have some unique products that we like here at the restaurant that don't use plastic, that don't use styrofoam, and are very environmentally friendly, that anybody can get and learn about and use in their daily life to make micro changes to help save the planet.
Now, the problem with plastic straws and styrofoam takeout containers is that once you're done with them, they stick around kind of forever, really. Now, these new types of containers it can't be right. They're made of sugar?
They're compressed sugar cane.
Okay.
So what this is a compressed sugar cane byproduct that is styrofoam free, it's plastic free. It also goes in the oven, it goes in the microwave, and you can reheat your food in this without using a plate. So what it does is it uses no plastic, and it uses the byproduct of the sugarcane plant, so it's readily available.
Now, I could technically eat this, put this in my body, and it won't hurt me because it's only made of sugar.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Don't recommend it, but you could.
Yes.
And you can't do that with styrofoam or plastic. Now, this looks the same as a styrofoam container. It acts the same as a styrofoam container, but not only is it safer for the environment, but it's microwave safe. You said that you can put it in the oven.
You can put it in the oven.
It doesn't burst into flames.
Not unless you broil it.
It doesn't melt.
It does not melt.
Okay, and this is all just a small step that business owners in Ocean City or restaurant owners in Ocean City can take to make Ocean City a more environmentally friendly place.
Correct. It's one of many environmentally friendly options that are out there as an alternative to styrofoam.
Now, I'm looking at this straw, and it sounds like plastic, it feels like plastic, it moves around like plastic, but you're telling me that there's absolutely no plastic in this straw?
No, sir. That's made of 100% cornstarch.
How do they do it?
They are pretty smart. You know, we're pretty smart as a human race. We figure it out. Straws in the ocean were a problem, started hitting mainstream about 7-10 years ago.
Sure.
From that point to now, we have these cornstarch straws, and we're getting rid of the styrofoam and the plastic. So, you know, the human race, we're pretty smart. We figure things out.
Right
we're
on.
good at adapting to our environment. You know, we're so good at adapting to our environment, we actually adapt environments to us. Like we have golf courses in Arizona, for example. So if we can figure out how to put a golf course in Arizona, we can figure out how to make a plastic-free straw, and we've done just that with the cornstarch.
Now, you're making plastic-free straws, styrofoam-free containers. You'd almost have to have some sort of vendetta to not want to use this. I mean, not only do they function just like the plastic or styrofoam, but they're actually better and they're easier to use. Now, I have to ask, where did this passion come from? Because clearly you're a passionate man.
Well, I just can't look at my kids and say, I didn't do everything I could for you while I was here on this planet to leave you with a planet to have in the future. So, I mean, I look at my kids and I want them to have a good planet to live on and not a mess to clean up. So these little changes that we can do in our lives that are very easy, like using the styrofoam, like using the cornstarch, like getting an environmentally friendly hydro flask that is reusable and doesn't build bacteria like plastic, can do for the environment. All these things are great alternatives to the pollutants that we're currently using.
And this is happening right here in Ocean City, folks. This is a resort town in our backyard, making big strides, huge changes to our environment, starting with little baby steps. Ryan, thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right, Jimmy, Lisa?
From sugarcane to a food container. That's pretty cool.
It sure is.